Hi there, welcome to the channel, or welcome back. I'm Angela, and in today's video I'm going to share with you guys my brand new serger and also kind of describe the process that I went through to select the one that I did. If that sounds interesting, stay tuned. So a little bit of the background on what led me to actually going ahead and getting a serger and some of the factors that I considered and the inputs that I had to help me make a decision. And then we'll do an unboxing of my brand new serger. I'm so excited. I have had this for 2 days now. I'm recording this on Sunday. It got here on Friday, and I have not even opened the box. I haven't had a chance to record it, and I knew that I wanted to record the whole process, the whole unboxing to share with you guys, and we'll do it together. And I just haven't had a chance until now. So it's sitting right over there on my sewing table, kind of like teasing me. But before we do that, let me share with you guys a little bit of the background. So if you've followed my channel for the last couple of years, then you know it's been on my radar to get a serger. And even though I have been sewing for many, many years, like a few decades probably, or close to it, I have never had a serger, and I really never had a strong urge to get one until a couple of years ago when I kind of got back into garment sewing after switching to mainly quilting sewing for about 10 or so years. So it was on my radar to get one. And because it would be a whole brand new thing for me, I kind of didn't know where to start, what to look for, what the features and the available options even were or are. And I actually put out a call to you guys on a live chat video back in June of 2022. I'll put a link to that up here or in the description below in case you're interested in that. Just asking for any advice or inputs that you guys had. What's your favorite serger? What should I look for? And as always, you guys came through and you gave me some things to be aware of when selecting a serger, what to look for, what options or features I might like, and also provided, like those of you who have a serger and you love your serger, you gave me those recommendations, and I kind of took that to heart and used that as definitely the foundation for my own search for a good serger for me to purchase. And I did kind of file those notes away because I wasn't ready quite yet. Maybe I was having a little bit of like decision paralysis, or maybe there was a little bit of a fear of the learning curve with the serger. Even though I love to learn, I'm always trying to do continuous education and learning on anything that I'm interested in. Sometimes machines kind of freak me out a little bit. I'm not the most mechanically inclined, so maybe there was a little bit of that kind of at play. But all that to say, I kind of tabled it for the rest of 2022. And then I did make it a goal of mine for 23 to get a serger, and I still didn't go through with it. And a little bit at play there was kind of like financial reasons, and still not being able to decide, like nail down like the best one for me. So kind of a little bit irritated with myself by the time 2024 came around. So when 2024 came around, I was determined. I wasn't going to procrastinate on this any longer. Let's just do this thing. So I did take a piece of advice from one of you guys, and I tried to like test drive a few models. We're kind of limited here on what our shops carry. So I was able to test out like 3 different models, and that was very helpful. And some of the factors that I was really considering as far as what mattered to me in choosing a serger were obviously price, because it does seem to run the gamut from $250 to like $2,500, like, and probably even more. So price point was definitely a factor, but I didn't want to kind of let that be the only factor. I looked at a few models from all price points, or at least, reasonable price points for my budget. And as far as features, I know that there are some threading options, and the big thing now is air threading. So I did take that into consideration too. And that wasn't a make or break thing for me. I wasn't gung ho, dead set on that I have to have an air threader. And in fact, I kind of relished the thought of getting a manual threading machine, one, so that I could just get intimately acquainted with whatever machine I chose if I was the one having to do the threading, and two, just to make myself overcome a learning hurdle, like for like my own sense of like, oh, accomplishment, I did it, I learned how to thread this machine and it wasn't that bad. So that was kind of one of the other factors that I considered. And getting back to the machines that I was able to test drive, one of those was a Viking. I forget the model number. I'll put it up here on the screen. It was not an air threader. It was a really nice machine though, and I love the way that the door panels kind of opened up on the front and made it easy to thread. Everything was color coded. I have two Viking sewing machines myself. One of them is this little guy here. I love Viking. I've had nothing but like good experience with Viking machines. They seem to be really good quality. That one was a little on the pricier end. I think it was, depending on the where you purchased, anywhere from 500 to 700. But I was kind of leaning towards that one just because I have had good success with Viking machines, and I did like the way that um, the instructor showed me how easy it was to thread. Then I went to another sewing machine shop here locally and looked at a couple of, I think they were both baby lot machines, higher end air threaders. So I did get the chance to experience what it was like to do an air threading machine. And I have to say, it was pretty nice. Those machines were, I think, the lower end. So the instructor there, she had me test out two different ones. The lower end was, it was right around 1,000. The other one was like 1,500 or more. And I quickly came to see that paying hundreds of extra dollars for an air threading feature for me right now was probably off the table. Not that I won't be able to upgrade at some time in the future, but right now I just really needed to get a Serger in here. I really am excited to start using one. And if I have to go lower end, I'm okay with that, as long as the machine that I chose had some, good reviews, good feedback on it. So all of that to say, I was kind of really leaning towards that Viking. Still a little hesitant because I would have to save a little bit longer. But I, in the meantime, was looking at a Brother machine that a number of you guys recommended, that had good experience with, had nothing but good things to say, a good all around basic machine. And it's the Brother 1034D. So just when I was kind of set on holding out for that Viking, I decided to just go ahead and get the Brother. So I thought, I can afford this one right now. I'm just going to do it. It'll be, if nothing else, a good learning machine. Later on, if I want the bigger and more advanced features, I can always do that later. So I did go ahead and order it. I just ordered it from Amazon. It got here, I think it was like next day delivery. So ordered it on Thursday. It arrived on Friday, and it's been sitting here. But enough about the background. I'm dying to unbox this thing. So if you guys have any questions about the whole process that I went through, please leave it in the comments below, and I'll be very happy to help out however I can. But right now, I want to look at this serger. So let's get to the unboxing. So I've got you over here at my sewing table, and here it is. And when I picked it up to bring it into the house, I did hear a little bit of rattling. So I'm not sure if that's anything to be concerned about. We'll see. Hopefully it's just some extra feet in a baggie or something. But we'll see. Amazon's really good with returns. I did go ahead and get the extra 3-year warranty on this. I don't always do that, but if it's something that I'm ordering from Amazon and it's like a few $100s or more, oftentimes I'll go ahead and get that warranty, and it has served me well. I ordered a vacuum cleaner from Amazon once, and it ended up having some malfunctions with the battery. So because I had bought that extra warranty, they just sent me a brand new one when all I really needed was the new battery. But I got a brand new vacuum cleaner and kept the other one. probably should have gotten a box cutter for this, but it's downstairs and I just simply can't be bothered to take the time to go get that. All right, let's take a look. And you guys can see that. I think that's a good camera angle. We've got the manual and warranty and registration, of course, but that's not what we want to see right now, is it? Okay, we've got a nice little styrofoam protecting piece there. This looks like a tray for feet that probably slides into the machine at some point. And we've got our foot pedal and cord to go with it right there. And now, dun, da, 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 take this off. And there it is. I'm going to scoot you in a little closer so we could see down in there. All right. I am wondering if I should put this on the floor to reach into it easier. I think I might do that. It's going to be hard to lift it out at this height. So I've moved us down here to the floor where I'll be able to better get in here and reach this. Very gently. Oh, set it up here on the table. And right away I'm noticing that there are two threads that seem to be attached, because I think it already came threaded maybe, but the thread cones or spools have fallen off. So I'm going to just carefully put those up here. Let's see what else is in here, and then we'll take a look at the machine. We've got some feet, some little pieces, parts here. Set that up, the rest, and then this little doodad here. And I think that that is, oh, we've got one more of these. I'm definitely going to be reading the manual for this. There's another one. And there's another one. All right, let's get you back up here to the table. And take this little cover off. And I guess this is supposed to be the dust cover that comes with it. It feels a little flimsy, but you know, it should do. So here she is. And it's come with the presser foot down and a little piece here that I think is they used to test stitch maybe, and it's attached. I think it's still attached. So I'm going to have to figure out how to put those threads back on without everything getting all tangled up. But I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer for now. And this is not meant to be like a full review of this machine. This is just simply an unboxing, because I have no idea what I'm doing at this point. So I'm going to kind of take you in closer here. We can look at this. Before I bought this machine, I did search out videos, like how-to videos on YouTube for how to thread it. And I found a really great one. I forget exactly the channel that it was, but I will find that because I have it saved. And I'll put that link in the description below if you're interested. I think maybe my first order of business is going to be to get these threads sorted out and put on their spindles there. So I'm going to see if I can't make heads or tails out of this thread situation here, and just try to get it cleaned up a little bit. because I don't want to start this process off on a bad foot, feeling frustrated about these threads that are all out of whack. And it's a little difficult to figure out what's going on here, but I will get it. Just kind of tracing them backwards. But I guess this could be helpful for any of you who have had this same situation or may have this same situation. I don't know if that goes on like that. Maybe. I will have to, you guys can see I put one of those little plastic pieces on. I'll have to definitely figure that out. Yeah, it's kind of a little bit tangled here. And I believe, at least from what I've seen and read, that there's a certain order in which you have to thread these. Yeah, it's kind of difficult to I almost feel like I need to turn the thing up. Here they are. Yeah, this is kind of a little bit of a mess here. I think it's going to take a little bit of fiddling with, and I don't want to hold you guys up while I'm tracing back these threads for 2 hours. Hopefully it won't take that long. So I'd like to go ahead and just open up this little packet here to see what kind of accessories, although I think it's really not going to be very meaningful for me right now until I look at the manual or watch some videos, but I am kind of curious to see what all's in here, and you guys might be too. So we've got these little pieces for using the cone threads, little cleaning brush, and these little nets that I think are meant to be used with cone thread. I've never used them, although I have them with my Janome machine. Maybe I should be using them, but there's 4 of those. I guess it just helps to keep the thread. I'm not sure what they do. I've never used them. Some tweezers. I guess that's for helping with threading. And I've got, looks like 2 other feet. This is a whole new world for me, and a little Allen wrench. This is definitely a whole new world for me. And I've got some needles. And I'm not even sure if you need special needles for sergers. These do kind of look different, but I'm going to have to just learn. All right, I was able to get it all sorted out without too much trouble. And I'm kind of thinking I might just go ahead and plug her in and start stitching just to see. Yeah, let's do that. And I've got to make a little place at my sewing setup over here. And I'm going to put this right where the little machine is there. The little machine is kind of just my backup machine anyway. So I'm going to get that all set up, get the brother in place, and maybe do a little stitching. So as I am kind of getting this set up, I thought it was interesting to note that both the foot pedal cord and the power cord are in the same hooked together. They're not 2 separate cords. They have the same connecting piece there, so that's kind of interesting. I haven't seen that before. I'm going to have to get down under the table to get this all plugged in, so I'm going to do that and be right back. So we're over here. I've got her plugged in, and I'm going to go ahead and just turn it on. Ah, light. The light came on immediately. And this little piece that was like the test stitch piece is encased in a little plastic envelope. All right, I feel like nothing is happening. Okay, I raised the presser foot and that plastic piece just came right off. And we can see this test swatch is still attached there. All right. Yes. Yeah, maybe I will get a little scrap piece of material and start stitching. Let's see what we can do. I just grabbed a piece of cheap muslin out of my closet there. All right, maybe I should. Maybe I'm being reckless by trying this before reading the instructions. I just want to try it. All right, raise the presser foot. Oh yeah, can you guys see that stitch? That looks nice. And then over here we've got where it's cut off trimmed off the excess. Yes, that looks good, really good. All right, I'm gonna cut. Yeah. Keep that little piece attached there. So this is the test piece that came with, and here is the muslin that I have stitched. Looks pretty good. Nice even stitches. There's the back. And yeah, I'm really happy with this. This is very exciting. I think I'm still kind of a little bit I have a little bit of trepidation because it's a whole new machine, different type of machine, but I think it's going to be so good. I'm going to spend some quality time looking at the manual before I get too much into this. I don't want to break anything. So I'm going to spend time looking at the manual, reading the instructions, getting acquainted with the parts, maybe learning how to open it up here on the front and see how the threading looks. And I guess I'll just leave you with that. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I'm so glad that you're here. This was much more fun doing this with you guys than doing it by myself. Have a little bit of moral support here and people to share in my excitement. And I hope that you're having a great week. I hope you'll tune back in this weekend when I hope to have a little bit of an update on my next project, which maybe I'll use this serger for. It's just going to be like a jersey knit tank top. So yeah, I might give this one a test run on that project. So I will talk to you then. Thanks again. Have a great week. Bye.